Yo guys, it is Ash here. Basically, just want to do a bit of a post-match review of the Aston Villa Newcastle game at Villa Park, first game of the season. Do you know what? 0-0. Just before we get into it, I'll say my quick thoughts on it. We should have. I went into the game thinking we were gonna lose the game, as you saw from my predictions. I thought we were gonna lose the game. We came away with probably feeling like we should have won the game. Villa was a lot, very. They didn't really offer a lot. Like, obviously, when they went down to 10 men, we all know Emery's incredibly well. There's a reason why he's known as like you winning the Europa League and stuff is because he's very good defensively. You saw once they went down 10 men, they were sitting back with the ball. They weren't really going, just trying to do a few counter attacks and stuff. But Ollie Watkins and going up front didn't really offer a lot, to be honest. So we're gonna have a quick look through. The site I'm using here, I'm not sponsored by. It's SofaScore, no surprise. But basically, I like to use this a bit because it's quite good. It has like the possessions of where they are. So say here we can see Bruno, get the heat map and stuff of where he's been. We want to have a look at Trippier. You can see he's been up and down the wings. I don't know. I quite like this. Nick Pope apparently was on the touchline. I presume that was when he took free kicks. I don't remember that, but yep. But yeah, so I like using this at times, and a lot of sites similar have this stuff. As you can see, it gives you the injuries and stuff for what people. Martinez obviously got sent off for the last game, so he was out, which is why I thought that potentially we could have got something with how we started, because the first 20-30 minutes was absolutely amazing. Like, we were high intensity, high pressure, so it was looking quite good. But let's go through the team. So we had Alanga starting his Premier League debut, and then we had this was basically the lineup a lot of us were thinking. I think quite a few people might have thought we went to a 5 at the back, with having Livramento and maybe Hall or something starting. I obviously Sven Botman was tempting, and Malik Shaw. I thought these two are going to be our starting defenders going forward. Neither of them came off the bench. I know Eddie Howe did mention in his pre-match interview that Malik Shaw will be featuring in today's lineup, in today's squad, but obviously he didn't come off the pitch. Park, Young Soo, very good from what we saw him in pre-season. He's got a lot of potential, so glad to see he's in the squad. Obviously, when Jacob Ramsey gets probably announced maybe today or tomorrow, there's going to be some people that comes off the squad. I think Emil Kraft is probably going to come off. And then when we get 2 strikers in, God, we're going to have to lose 2 more players. So Asula's Asula might have to sit out if we get 2 strikers in. It's going to be interesting. There's going to be some people that are going to miss out on subs that probably shouldn't. But either way, we'll get into this. The back lineup, like I said, going forward, this is not probably how we're going to set up in future. Like, likely we're going to have Tino on this side. We're going to have Malik Chow here and Sven Botman. But they might swap sides depending on what's going on. And then we'll have Hall on this side. Trippier's on his last year of contract, but obviously we can always have Livramento on this side and Trippier. So yep, it's nice and interchangeable. It's a good system, good back four. Happy with that. Pope had a good game for what he did. There was nothing going on. Like I said, Villa offered absolutely nothing, which I'll show in stats in a second. And then, Tonali and Bruno. Tonali and Bruno had a pretty decent game. They both offered. Joe Linton there wasn't really a lot going on for Joey, to be honest, this game. I think it was the way we set up. I think because at the end of the day, I think going forward, Joey's probably not going to be in the starting lineup. We're probably going to have Jacob Ramsey here. But yeah, and then Harvey Barnes did a nice cross in that came across a 6-yard box that Gordon tried to get on the end of, but he didn't really have that striker instinct, the centre forward instinct to get in there in time, which it would have been a tap in. But yeah, that leads us up to the striker problem, which we'll get to. And then Aston Villa's team, obviously Konza got sent off, clear red card. I was saying on the football terrace, so basically Konza pulled Anthony Gordon back, who was through on goal, I was thinking there's a chance if that was Isak, Wissa, someone like that, an actual centre forward there. I'm not 100% sure they would go down. I think the foul was about here. It's kind of just above in between Mings and Konza on this map. It's about here. Gordon kind of ran down and ran in front of Konza, was in through on goal. And then Konza basically completely pulled his shoulder back. You can see in the video. But Isak, I'm not sure if he would actually go down there. I think he might try and strengthen him off and go on goal and shoot, because I think he would score. Whereas obviously Gordon doesn't really have that killer instinct and stuff that you would need from a centre forward. But I very much liked today's game. It gave me a lot of positivity, to be honest. A lot of hope. I thought Villa was going to absolutely destroy us. They didn't. I was at the Villa Park game at the end of the last season. I was very, very underwhelmed by their team. They're going to need to get some more players in. Otherwise, they're definitely going to fall down. I thought they were going to finish higher than what they are. I said they were going to be like undefeated by the end of September, which technically they didn't lose today. But if they carry on playing the way they did, then they will. Anyway, let's get into stats. This is Villa. This is their shot map. As you can see, they only had 3. It was very, very terrible shots. The Marlon one, I was very scared when Marlon shot at the end of the game. He brought it across, but it was very much towards Nick Pope. There was potential. The Ollie Watkins, they didn't really have any great shots. And then you can see from ours, we had a lot. We had a lot indeed. And there's from Fabian Schär in the last minute, as the whistle blew, just booted it. But either way, you can see from here. We'll just quickly do the difference here between the first and second half. So first half, obviously everyone was on the pitch. We had clear possession of the ball. It seemed like we were the home team. It was very weird. It was a very weird game at Villa Park. Like I said, Villa's not really done many changes, so I was really kind of worried because it would feel like they were very settled in with the way they were. They came off the end of the season, finishing good. But yeah, and then obviously the second half, you can see our possession went up a bit, basically just because Konza got sent off, I think, on the 67th minute or something. So since then, obviously, we were just kind of in possession all the time. But as you can see here, expected goals 1.5. Basically, in the first 3 minutes, Anthony Elanga ran all the way down the wing. It was basically Elanga. I'll see if it's on here. Is it this one here? No. 3 minutes. Here we go. This one right here. Elanga tries to shoot. Wasn't a great shot. Gordon was just on this side. He wanted it to be squared, and it would have been a goal. I think if Jacob Murphy was there, I think he probably would have finished it. I'm very happy with Elanga. I think he had a pretty good first game. He needs to settle in. End product didn't look that great, but he's a good player. We saw his pace. His pace, you could tell so much off this game. Going to be very good for us in the future, though. Good depth. As you can see, total shots 16, big chances 2. It was a very much one-sided game. From a neutral point of view, probably not a great game to watch. From a Newcastle fan, it was a good game. It showed us a lot of things. Eddie Howe's done wonders, to be fair. Attack map, as you can see the difference. Villa, when they had it, they kind of just got it around halfway because they tried to do a lot of balls towards Watkins, because we now had 2 at the back, being Botman, not Botman, sorry. We had Byrne and Schär. Fabian Schär was our back 2. Surprisingly, Byrne had Watkins in his pocket. I was slightly worried about that matchup if they did a very long ball over the top, like quite deep into our half, say around here, and they were running from the halfway line. Watkins might have had it on him, just to run past him, but yeah, Byrne did very well today. I was very happy with our defence. Very solid. As you can see, our attack map, very much down the wings. We didn't, as you could very evidently see about not having a centre forward, didn't have much centre forward play. The front 3 always seemed to be running down the wings, because obviously Gordon's not a natural winger. when we get a centre forward, this game I think we finished maybe 3-0 or 4-0. To be honest, there was a lot of chances that would have been buried if we had an out and out centre forward. Very happy though with the game and how it's going. But yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, you got to remember, Villa I think is on a 22 game unbeaten win streak at home, which is insane. So I had very low hopes anyway of getting a win. So if you asked me before to get a point from Villa at the opening game, I would have been very happy with, because like I said, I thought we'd lose. The way the game went, where they were down to 10 men and they were very, very appalling. We definitely should have won, so we've definitely lost a chance there. But as a whole, I'm going to be very happy that we came away with a point. It showed us the hole that we need in our team that Jacob Ramsey is going to fill with being that more pushing forward midfielder, like the classic, like say number 8/number 10 or something role that he's going to be filling. Having Joey out, that will come on later on. That'll be like a little bulldog that will come on and press the game when it gets a bit more leggy and stuff. Tonali and Bruno, they're them two, man. They're just unbelievable players, man. They're great passing, great ability to hold up ball, get it forward. They're literally such a key part of our build-up play. So getting Ramsey to be in front of them two, and then obviously an out-and-out centre forward, whether that's Isak or Wissa, or potentially Wissa and someone else, it'll be very, very good for us. Will Asula came on, I think it was like the 88th minute. I don't know, he had a bit of a stinker in pre-season, but yeah, I think it was quite evident that we need some strengthening up there. But I think as a whole, I was very happy with this game, very, very happy. But yeah, it's gonna be a good season. Obviously, we've got Liverpool next. So what happens with the Isak situation if he gets done? Hopefully around the time of the Liverpool game, so he can't play against us, and then we can see what business we can do. But yeah, very happy with this game. It definitely showed. Look, the passes. Jesus Christ, we nearly triple the passes in the final third as Villa, and obviously they only had 55%. We had 77%, basically 76%. Like you could tell, like whenever they were trying to like pass it, like our players were like stepping in and intercepted the ball before it was going. We did very, very well on that. Oh yeah, the red card. The reason why I was annoyed about it, if a centre forward I think would have just strengthened it off, was because when Kwanzaa went down and then got a red card, we had a free kick on the edge of the box. Like I said, it was about, say we're shooting against this way. It was about here. Trippier steps up, Alanga's next to him. We're thinking Trippier's gonna absolutely bury this, or at least have a shot, get out on target at least. They do this thing that they've obviously been training, where they pass it towards. I didn't see who it was. They passed it towards on the wall, but someone then passed it out towards Shah, which was like here, and then he booted it in. Holy shit! It went to Rose Z. Like, great, all for a bit of training ground stuff, but my god, that was such a wasted chance. Yeah, as a whole, very happy with this. It kind of made me very happy with our performance, and thinking we were actually going to potentially go quite high up in, go for like Champions League spots, Europa League again, especially if we get the centre forward sorted. Because, like as you can see from our lineup here, we've got a very strong lineup, especially when you take into account Ramsey's going to be in next time. Obviously, Isak and Wissa, perhaps that's three people that are going to have to come into this. You would have, say, Isak here. So this is how our team potentially is going to look going forward. Tino here. Then we'd have Chow and Botman here. Then we'll have Lewis Hall here. Tonali and Bruno share this part of the pitch. We'll have Jacob Ramsey about here, so kind of like a triangle shape. Then we're going to have Gordon out on the wing, Alanga on this side, obviously Murphy to swap with Alanga, Barnes to swap with Gordon. We'll say Isak for the moment until they get sorted, but say we've got Isak up front with Wissa to come on. It's looking like a very, very good squad, and as you can tell, Eddie Howe was still high intensity, high press. It was very, 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 very good. Yeah, as a whole, very happy with that first game of the season, and obviously, we're going to have a very difficult one in Liverpool next. If we can manage to get a point off the Liverpool game, I'll be very happy. But I think a lot of people are thinking we're going to lose. So we'll see how it goes. And peace. We'll talk to you later. And obviously, check out the Football Terrace, because normally I do like post-game interviews and stuff on there. So join the panel. And peace, guys.